right, as you just heard, science and technology is really important in modern day society. Without it, we wouldn't have human-powered planes, we wouldn't have electricity, we wouldn't have computers, we wouldn't have smartphones. There's so many things and so many world problems that can be solved with science and technology, and that's really why it's important that we get students inspired to learn more about science and technology. I've been running an organization called Student R&D for the past 3 years of my life, and we've been trying to find new ways to inspire students to learn more about science and technology by building cool stuff. And really, it's because I believe one thing. I believe that students have a lot of potential. But at the same time, I don't think there are enough opportunities for students to reach their potential. There are not enough opportunities for students to do amazing things. If you look at it, a lot of the opportunities for high school and college students all revolve around doing things so you can get something nice on your resume, so you can get into a nice college or a nice job. But really, if you take a look at it, one thing in the last 20 years has really enabled people to do amazing things and do them today: the internet. So you see over here, the internet allows people to actually do something amazing, reach thousands, millions of people in days and weeks. The internet also allows people to learn. And it allows them to learn things that you couldn't have possibly learned before. I mean, if you think about it, 10, 20 years ago, if you wanted to learn, you'd have to go to a bookstore. You'd have to find physical, you have to find things that were physical. You had to go to physical places to figure out different things to learn. Now, you don't have to. Now you can reach people by doing it instantly. One thing that I think prevents students from reaching their potential is really just one attitude, an attitude that I can characterize as, I don't know how to do it, so I won't do it. And I hear that a lot from different students. And I think it's actually a problem because of some things that happen in everyday schooling. One thing is the multiple choice test. If you go into a multiple choice test, you're taking a multiple choice test. If you say, I don't know how to do this, but I'll try and figure it out at the test, you're probably going to fail. But in real life, it's really different. You actually have to say, I don't know how to do something, but I can learn. And if you have that attitude, you're going to be able to figure out how to do things. And that's really what makes a good scientist, that really makes what... Anyways, so I started in Student R&D 3 years ago. It started out as a group of friends, and we started hanging out at my house. And we just said, look, we can do a lot of really cool stuff. Let's go and play around with some science and tech stuff and see what we can build. And after the first year, we actually raised enough money to get our own space over in Bellevue, and we set up a local space called Student R&D, and it was a place where we as a community would start sharing resources and share ideas, share information, and build cool stuff. And one of the teams that actually came out of the space is now in California. They're in the Y Combinator's Summer 2012 class, and they just built a startup called Tapin TV, and it's a website where you can actually get an iPhone app and actually live stream something, and it will show up on a map. Another student from Issaquah High School, he built an electric circuit called a plasma speaker, and a plasma speaker creates a little tiny electric arc like a lightning bolt, but you can plug your iPod into it and play music on it. And this summer we have 7 teams of high school and college students all working to build really, really amazing stuff, and I'm really excited to see how they do. So another thing that we do, besides just hosting an open workspace where students can hang out and build cool stuff, is Code Day. Over the last 8 months, we've hosted 5 Code Day events, 24-hour programming marathons, where high school and college students all get together, they hang out, and they say, well, we don't really know how to do this, but let's go and figure out the newest methods for programming apps, programming games, and at the end of every single Code Day, we've all really been amazed by what students have turned out. So after this, what's next? So we've hosted 5 Code Day events in the last 8 months over here in Seattle. And at each one of these events, we had 50 to 100 students participating. Now, in the next year, 3 years, we're going to start bringing them to other cities and other states all around the country. We're also going to be expanding our summer program. And this fall, I'm going to be raising more money to get more funds to be able to do this. So that's basically it with what I do at Student R&D to inspire students to learn more about science and technology. I think students have a lot of potential, and we just need to provide different opportunities to allow students to reach their potential. Thank you. I'm Edward Starcraft on Twitter, Student R&D, studentrd.org.